Hello and welcome back to another Tech Articles. This one follows another question within the FlowMattic Facebook group. What the user wanted to do was use a PHP snippet to change the time zone of times for calendar events. And so what I've done is I've created a PHP snippet to do just that, and I've set up a little process to test that PHP snippet. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Fluent Snippets, and all I'm running here is the form submission script from my last video, because I'm going to use a short form to trigger this, because I didn't know where the data was coming from in the example or where it was going, and this was the quickest way for me to do this. And all that's in there, all the only other snippet running is this script, which I will post a link to for a GIST for you to download it. And I've put some time zones in here. This will need some modification for your use zones. You probably don't need all these time zones. You probably only need 2 or 3. And basically, this takes some variables and then looks through those time zones and changes them. And because I wasn't sure about whether you were getting it in one format and wanted it in another, I've also put a format option here to allow you to. This will always output in the format that you want. But in terms of format in, sometimes you might get a UK or another type format, and this allows you to actually put in format information and time information so that you can. It's totally optional. It doesn't have to be filled in. And actually, in my example, I don't use it, but it's just in case you do. And we've got examples here to allow you to do that. It uses date and time. It's pretty standard PHP. You could add additional items here and additional time zones. I would, in fact, if it was me and I was converting between 2 only, I would remove all the rest and only have 2. I would adapt this for the use that you wanted to do it for. But I will put a link to a GIST for this afterwards. And then all I've done is built a short form, which is a basic form, hasn't even got a title, that contained those variables. So time and date. Let's remove this. We don't need that. So it contains our time and date, our start time and date, our start time zone, our end time zone, and the date format. That's our 4 bits of information. That if I go to this tab here and come down to Fluent Snippets, that's the 4 bits of information that are handled by our PHP function here, in that order, in fact. And all that does is send that data across, and it sends it in via a webhook. So the first snippet I showed you is irrelevant for most use cases, but in mine, just so that people say, "Oh, well, I can't get this to work," I have a script here, another, which I'll also put a link to, that intercepts the short form submission and allows you to grab it and send it to a webhook, without having to have the premium package. So that's where it sends it, and this is the hook that it's going to send it to, the webhook it's going to send it to. And in FlowMattic, I've got a workflow here with that hook in it, which receives some data, and in this case, the data it receives will be the time and date. You can see at the end of these what I'm talking about: the start time zone, the end time zone, and the date format. And from there, it calls those parameters via that PHP snippet and will output some results. And I haven't done anything with the results, but these are the results. It'll tell you it's a success, and these are the results. So to show you that working, I'm going to broken format as default. So the 1st of October 2022 at 2100 hours. We'll pick, I don't know, let's go back to my snippet and pick a time zone that's already included in there, and we'll convert it to another. When it loads and time, so we'll move from AEST to EST. That probably works. So we go back to here and we put in here ASTE, and then we put EST, and then submit that. That should come through to our web form, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back out of here and view our history. And we have just had one sent, and I'm going to push a few details, and it tells me that that would be the 1st of October 2022 at 7 a.m. So it works. And that is capturing the data, running it through, sending it out. I suppose I should check that, really, shouldn't I? Let me open up another window, which is 9 o'clock, 7 a.m. So it works. and that is proving it works as it should do. I didn't have a clue what I was picking there in terms of time zones, so that's how you can use that script with FlowMattic to convert your time zones between time zones. And as I say, you could use UK version as long as you put the time code format into the last variable. You could, if I go to the snippet again, as long as you put the format in here with this variable, you could use a UK format and convert it to an American format, etc. Or and it should, and in fact, it uses standard PHP time zones and date time functions. So actually, it should be universal. I haven't tested it with anything but a UK date, but it should be relatively universal. As I say, I don't expect you to be able to use this out of the box, but it's a really good starting point for changing dates and times. Hopefully this video has been useful. If you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment if there's something you would like me to look into. And yeah, if you like videos about WordPress and automation, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.